everyone, how are you all? In this video, we will see about conditions in Python, what are the control statements and how we are going to work on that.
In the introduction of Python, we have learned about variables, data type, escape characters. Now we are going to learn about the operators and operands, decision structures in Python programming. What do you mean by operators and operand? Operator is just like a symbol plus, minus, divide, multiplication, exponent. These are the operator which helps the user to give the command to the computer to do a certain mathematical or logical manipulations. Now what do you mean by operand? Operand are the values or the variables which the operator is applied to. The value of the operand can be manipulated by using the operator. Like 4 plus 5. What is the operator here? Plus is the operator and 4 and 5 are the entities where we are performing the operation, that is the addition operation. There are different types of operators in Python. First is the arithmetic operator. In the arithmetic operator, basically it is used to do the mathematical operation like addition, subtraction, multiplication, division and subtraction. So let's see. First, for that you need to open ideally. I am just typing here ideally. Click on that, open the shell mode. There directly you can write the entities and you will get the result. So basically what comes under the arithmetic operator? Plus, minus, into, divide, modulus, exponent and floor division. I hope you must be knowing the meaning of plus, minus, into, divide, but it might be possible you don't know the meaning of modulus, exponent and floor division. What do you mean by modulus? What do you mean by modulus? It returns the remainder by dividing the left side of operand with the right side of the operand. Right? So if I will apply here 30 mod 2, what I will get? That is 0. Why? Because 30 is divisible by 2. What will be the value of quotient? That is 15. And what is the value of the remainder? That is 0. So that's why we are called it as a modulus operator. It is used to find the remainder. Next is exponent. Exponent operator is used to find the power of a number. Suppose that if I want to find the power of 3 to the power 2. So what I will write? 3 exponential operator, 2 times multiplication sign and then the value of power, that is 2. So 3 to the power 2, that is 9. Right? I hope the concept of these two operators must be clear to you, modulus and exponent. Next is a floor division. Now, there are two types of division as I told you, division and floor division. Now, what is the difference between floor division and division? Suppose if I will divide 3 divided by 2, what will be the output? That is 1.5. But if I will apply 2 times divide, that is called the floor division, then what you will get? That is 1 only. So, if you want to get only the value of division in the integers, so you have to use the concept of the floor division. It will give only the floor value. It will give the value that comes before the decimal place. Got it? So arithmetic operators are clear. How you will write the program for that? Just you have to ask from the user 2 values and then after that you need to print the operations of arithmetic like plus, minus, divide. Suppose that we have taken 2 values from the user in input. You can do the work in the shell mode or the script mode as well. Just only the problem with the shell mode that you won't be able to save the program in the future, but it's okay. You can do for the trial purpose. Enter value 1 and then after that take second value. So it is taking first value, that is 23. B equal int input, right? Then enter value 2. Enter value 2 and then after that closing of that it will ask the value 2, that is value 2 is 11. Now you can do all the operations, perform all the operations. A plus B, that is, what is the value? 34. A minus B, that is 12. A into B, that is 253. A to the power B. So what is the value of A? That is 23. 23 to the power 11. 23 to the power 11. So what you will get, that is this value, right? Now A mod B, that is what, got it? So you can write the answer, you can get the output on the screen by writing the message like this as well. The addition of two numbers equal A plus B. You can use like that as well. So it will give you the output on the screen. Sorry, comma is left over there, that's why it is showing you the error. You can put the comma. Once you are writing the more than one argument, you need to put the comma and you will get the answer, that is 34. Next is assignment operator. Assignment operator is used to assign the value. Now equal operator is used to assign the value. So there are more than one operator in the assignment, that is plus equal, minus equal, divide equal, exponential equal, and floor division and exponent and modulus and division and multiply and subtract and. So what is the meaning of this minus equal plus equal? It is the meaning, suppose that you want to write A equal A plus 1. So the entity of left hand side and entity of the variable name of the entity is same in the left and right hand side. So you can use with the help of the shorthand operator. We can also call the shorthand operator. So the value of A equal A plus 1 is same as A plus equal 1. Got it? If you will write A equal A plus 1 or you will write A plus equal 1, then both are going to be same. Same for the minus equal, divide equal, multiply equal, exponential equal, and floor division equal, right? So if you want to do num in suppose that one variable is there, num is equals to 10. Now you can write what? Instead of writing num equal num plus 1, what I can write? Num equal, plus equal. First you need to write the operator which you want to apply over there. Like if I want to do plus, so I will write plus equal. If I want to do minus, I will write minus, then 1. So now if I will print the value of num, what will be the value of 1? Num, that is 11. Okay? So I hope that this also must be confirmed to you, clear to you. Next is string operator. String operator represents different type of operations that can be employed on the program string type variables. Now what are the string operators? Plus and into. Plus is used for the concatenation purpose. Suppose that S1 is equals to hello, S2 is equals to how are you. You want to add this two messages. So what you can do, you can use this plus operator to concatenate this. S3 is equals to S1 plus S2. And now if you will print S3, you will see that the string is going to be concatenated. It will going to be joined, right? See, hello, how are you? You can use the into operator also. Into operator is the replication operator which is used to replicate the string multiple times. Replicate means creating a copy of the string multiple times, right? So if I will write S3 into 3 and then after that you can see that the output that is hello, how are you, hello, how are you, hello, how are you, because we have written into 3. If I will written into 4, so it will repeat 4 times. The value after this into that replication operator will repeat that string into particular number of time. Next is relational operator. Relational operator is used to compare the value on either side of the operand or determine the relation between them. Now what are the operators comes under relational operator? That is double equal, not equal, greater than, less than equal to, greater than equal to. So these are all the operators comes under the relation. If you want to compare two values, then you have to use double equal operator. Single equal equal is used to assign the value, and double equal is used to basically compare the value. Suppose that A is equals to 3, B is equals to 5. So A is equals to B. Yes or no? No, because value of A is 3 and B is 5. So it is showing false result. Now if I will write A not equal B, it is true or false? It is true because the value of A is not equal to B. That's why it is showing you true. A is greater than B. No. Value of A is 3. Value of B is 5. 3 greater than 5. No. So it will show you false result. A less than B. Yes. That is correct. Next is A less than equal to B. What it means that if the value of left hand operator is less than or equal to value of the right hand operator, then the condition becomes true. 3 less than equals to 5. Yes. That's why it is showing you true. And greater than equal, A greater than value of A here greater than equal B. No. 3 greater than equals to 5. That is false. That's why it is showing you false. Next operator is logical or Boolean operator. Logical operator in Python are used for the conditional statement are true or false. Logical operators in Python are AND, OR, and NOT. For AND operator, AND means when you need to combine the two things. If one of the condition is going to be false, then the result will going to be false. It means for the AND, both of the operands are going to be true, then only the condition is going to be true. Logical AND. Logical OR is if any of the two operands are true. If any one of the condition is true, then only the condition is true. Suppose that if I am going to ask you if you are going to bring your book and notebook, then only you are allowed to sit in my class. So it means that you have to carry your book and notebook both. This is the condition for the AND. But if I will ask you if any of you have bring a notebook or book, then you can sit in the class, otherwise no need to sit here. It means that what is the meaning? In any of the condition is going to be true, then only the result will be true. And means both the conditions must be true, or means any one of the condition is going to be true, then the result will going to be true. Not is logical not. It is used to reverse the logical state of its operand. If it is true, then it will do the false. If it is false, then it will do the true. Let's see how to do this. So num is equals to already we are in the shell mode. Num is equals to 20, and suppose that in the print we are writing two conditions. Print logical AND in the logical AND I am writing two conditions. Num is greater than 20 and greater than equal 20, and num less than equal 30. 20 is greater than equal to 20, condition is true. 20 is less than equals to 30, condition is true. So what result you will get in this case? The result will be true because both the conditions are true. Logical and true, right? If I will go for the OR condition and I will change the condition. Suppose it is logical OR. What I will write here? Logical OR, and here if I will do num is less than only 20. First condition is false. 20 less than 20. No, condition is false. Or second condition is true or not? Yes, second one is true. 20 less than equals to 30. So result will be true because any one of the condition must be true for the OR. Right? Sorry, comma is not there. That's why it is showing you error. Like it is showing you true. Next is reverse, that is not, logical not. So in the logical not, what you need to do, it is the reverse. Whatever you will do, it will show you the opposite of that. How you will do? Logical not, and here num not equal to 20. So what is the condition? Num not equals to 20. 20 not equals to 20. Condition is false. What you will get the output? That is false. Is it clear to you? So whatever programs which we have done in the different operators, that is logical, arithmetic, boolean, practice all the program at your home as well. Next concept is control structures. In a program, control structures is used to determine which statement are executed. Control structure means, suppose that if you are not 18 years old, unless you will not able to get the driving license, right? You won't be able to give the vote as well, right? So there are some conditions, the statement which are based on some conditions are called the conditional statement. Control structure means it will control the flow of the execution of the statement. So there are three types of control structure. First is a sequential. Sequential means as we are going here, the statement is executed sequentially, right? Conditional means it is used for the branching, choosing between the two or more alternative path. In Python there are different types of conditional statements are there. If else, if. Next is repetition. Repetition is used for the looping, repeating a piece of code multiple times in a row. In Python there are two types of loop, while loop and for loop. First is a conditional statement. Let's see the conditional statement. Decisions in a program are used when the program has conditional choice to execute the code. You must have seen the traffic lights, right? Where different color of the light lit up at different intervals based on a condition of the road on a specific rule. It is a prediction of a condition that occurs while executing a program to specify the action. Multiple expressions get evaluated with an outcome of either true or false. So what are the conditional statements we are having in Python? If else, and if if later. So what is if statement? In this if statement, it consists of Boolean expression which results is either true or false. Means only one condition is there and one statement is there, or more than one statement will be there, but only one condition will be there. If that condition will going to be satisfied, then the particular statement that are related to the if statement will going to get executed. Otherwise it will not going to be executed. If else statement, if else means if the condition of if statement is going to be false, then the else part will going to be executed. And if else later means the elif statement allows you to check multiple expressions for true and execute a block of the code as soon as one of the conditions evaluates to true. Let's see one by one. If we will see one by one with the example, it will be more clear to you. So first is if statement, if and along with the conditions. Now as your mama papa is also just telling you always, just instructing you, if you will get a 90% marks, you will get a watch, you will get a bicycle. So it's depend on the condition. One condition is there. Same here. Let's open the script mode, go to the file, click on the new file. Right, after that start writing the code. If the value, let's take one value from the user input, enter a value, right? Value, just close it, and here I am writing a one condition. If a greater than 10, then after if the value is greater than 10, then only it will execute this statement that the value of the number is greater than 10. Number is greater than you can put the single quote or double quote inside the print, so don't get confused in that. Just save the program. You can save the program with any name, as I already told you. Program number if py is must be there. Just press the F5 key to execute the code. Right, run module or F5 directly. it will ask you one value. Suppose that if I will enter the value that is 34. 34 is greater than 10. Yes, condition is true. So what message we will get? That number is greater than 10. Yes or no? Yes, condition is true. Next is if-else statement. What is the if-else statement? As I told you, if the condition is going to be wrong, then what will happen? Let's execute this code again. Suppose if anyone will enter value 4, 4 is greater than 10? No. So it will not show you any message because you haven't written a statement for the false condition. So the false condition statement is mentioned with the help of the else, and else will going to be ended with the colon, and write here statement that the print and message you can value of the number is, you can write here smaller than 10. Yes or no? So same way you can write here also value of the number is smaller than 10. Why? Because user entered the value that is smaller than 10. Yes or no? Just save, execute, run. You can see that what is the value user entered here. Suppose user entered 2. So 2 is smaller than 10. So if it will show you the message that 2 is smaller than 10. Now if else statement turns. So if else statement use the elif keyword in Python as a replacement for the else if to place another conditions in the program. This is called the change conditional. Change conditional means if you have to mention multiple conditions, so you can use this if else if statement, right? If else if else, how you will write that? Instead of else, you need to just directly write multiple else ifs, right? Write the control N. Suppose that I am writing a one program for the months. If user will enter 1, it will show you January. If user will enter 2, it will show you February. How you will do? Firstly, you have to ask from the user that enter the choice, which number which digit they want to enter. So input, enter your choice, then after forgot to put one more bracket over there, then after if num is equals to 1, then colon print Jan. It's January. 1 means January. Next is elif. If num is equals to 2, then it will be Feb. Yes or no? Print. You can go for the rest of the month same like this way only, and in the at the end it will show you if the value is not belongs to any of this matching, right? So it will show you in the else part that is invalid input. When it will be invalid, suppose that if user enter the value not from the category of 1 to 12, if user entered something else, so it will show you the message like that. Okay, so let's do it for 3. It is March, then elif. For 4 it is for 5 it is. I hope you can do that for the rest of the month. I am not going here. You can go for the 12 month. You can go for the 12 month. First save the program and then after that execute the program. You have to give the name of the program, and then after once you execute the program, it will ask you to enter the number of the month. Suppose if user will enter number 1, so it will show you January. If user will enter number 2, it will show you February. Right, like this you can do for the 12 months as. Right, so practice all the program at your home.
Thank you everyone please practice all the programs whatever is mentioned inside the chapter in your laptop and do the worksheet of this chapter and exercise ABC in book.